extra time between classes, and I would go to those spots and see if I would see him again. This went on for like 2 weeks before we even started talking. It's really, really, really embarrassing because he didn't know who I was. It's very creepy and obsessive, but you know, you can't tell anyone. You can't tell anyone. It's my deepest, darkest secret. Please, please don't tell anyone. Pinky swear. Okay. Can I tell you a secret? Can I tell you? Can I tell you a secret? I have another secret. Can I tell it to you? Can I tell it to you? Will you keep my secret? Alright. So, when I was younger, my mom let me use her computer. She usually didn't. I had strict parents growing up. They didn't really give us, we couldn't watch TV. I didn't have, any sort of electronic until I was, 5th grade. So she let me use her computer, which was very exciting for me at the time. And the first thing I did when she gave me that computer is I went on eBay. And I spent $500 on American Girl doll accessories. She was so mad because some of them you couldn't cancel. So I got some of these American Girl doll things, and my mom had no idea what to do with them. Some of the orders my mom couldn't even cancel. So, but I think she got more than half of her money back, but I was such an idiot. Why did I do that? I love American Girl dolls. I don't have mine anymore, but I used to have one. And she had 2 cats, and her character was really nice. I watched her movie and everything. American Girl dolls are really sweet. Okay. Let's see. What's another one? Can I tell you another secret? I have another secret to tell you. Is that okay? Alright. This one, you have to promise not to tell anyone. Nobody can know. Okay? My 2 front teeth are fake. Yep, my adult 2 front teeth are fake. My 2 buck teeth. When I was younger, I went with one of my childhood friends to the Keys. We went to the Keys, and we, being the smart individuals we were, decided to play try not to touch the water. At a water park. So there was a water slide. And I was climbing up the slide because at the bottom of the slide was a big pool of water. And I did not want to go in the water because then I would lose the game. And my friend was sliding down the slide. So she's sliding down obviously I shouldn't be doing that, but like, these are teeth. Like, my regular teeth could bite into an apple, so should these, like, you know. Speaking of apples, I look like a strawberry today, and I'm really, really vibing with it. The red and the green nails. You see that? You see that? Yep, it's all intentional. It's all intentional, I promise. Alright. Let's talk about this one time. I live in Florida, so we are very familiar with the amusement parks. So, let me tell you a secret about that. Can I tell you a secret? Can I please tell you a secret? I'm gonna tell you a secret now, if that's okay. Can I please, please, please tell you a secret? Yeah? Okay. So, we are very familiar with the amusement parks here, like the Disney World and Universal. So, this particular time, we were in Virginia, and I love Busch Gardens. I love Busch Gardens. That's where we were. That's where we were. That's where we were. And I was about 5 years old. I was about 5 years old on this roller coaster ride. And let me tell you about the ride. So it was like pirate themed, and it was one of those big boats. This is at a lot of like amusement parks. I've seen this ride before, not only at Busch Gardens. It was one of those big boats, and it has like, it's like connected to like a pole, and it swings like back and forth, and it will go all the way up until the point where you think that it's gonna go like all the way around, but it doesn't. It just goes like I'm trying to visualize it for you guys. I hope you know what I'm talking about and I don't sound stupid. Anyways, I was 5 years old on this thing, and I had no bladder control. I think you can guess what happened next. I think you can guess. So there are these two men sitting in front of us. Me, my mom, my sister. My brothers one of my brothers was like a little tiny baby, and my other brother was pretty small, so they were with my dad. They did not go on the ride. They didn't. But we're going up and down, and I start to say, Mommy, I gotta get off, I gotta get off. And she's like, what? And I'm like, Mom, I gotta get off. Mom, please, I need to get off, I need to get off. She goes, why? I'm like, because I have to pee. And then, like, it's all built up, you know. The entire ride is built up to that one big, huge swing. And the big swing comes, and I just peed myself, like, all over. Yeah. Don't tell anyone about that one. That's pretty embarrassing. That's pretty embarrassing. Please don't tell anyone. Yeah, please. Okay. Let's see. This is actually a recent one. The secret is recent, and you need to not tell anyone because it's really bad. It's really bad. So, before I met my current boyfriend, have experienced a lot of toxic relationships. I was with a lot of people that I wouldn't choose to be with now. But those relationships took place over 2 years ago now. Over 2 years ago. And I consider it a learning curve for myself. Well, a couple days ago, like last week, this is gonna explain why Yes, it's stupid. Do not share your passwords with anyone. That is your personal information. Do not share your passwords. But my ex had my password, and I had completely forgotten, because this is over 2 years ago. So I had completely forgotten. I didn't know that he had it. So he had my password, and 2 years later decides to log into my Snapchat and save my personal messages with my boyfriend and my personal photos of my Snapchat. Are you a psychopath? That is so weird. Don't do that. Don't do that. And I text him, and he originally denies it. He lies to me. And he's like, I think I'm being framed. I would never do that. You think you're being framed? What? Who is framing you? But he was being like so stupid about it. Like the way he was responding was so like, made him seem so guilty that I thought that he might be telling the truth. But then I was like, okay, then who did it? So I, at 1 o'clock in the morning, contact his mom. And I'm like, hi, can you tell me, like, because his parents are divorced, so he could either be at his mom or his dad's house. And he had told me that he was at his dad's house, but the location that I had, like, the location that my boyfriend had, who logged into my Snap, was at his mom's house. So I texted his mom. I was like, hi, can you tell me who's at your house right now? Because someone logged into my Snapchat from that location. And she tells me that the only person at that house that night was my ex. So I text him, and I'm like, his mom tells him that he has to delete it because I talked to her about it, and she makes him delete my password. She makes him delete the screenshots that he took. But I text him, I'm like, what did you screenshot? What did you screenshot? I don't have a lot of bad stuff on my phone. I promise, I'm a good person. I don't have bad stuff. I don't have incriminating evidence on my phone. But I was just like, what did you screenshot? Like, that is so weird. What were you doing? And he was like, I deleted it. And I'm like, okay, but what was it? And he's like, I deleted it. I'm like, okay, but what the fuck was it? Sorry, what the frick was it? And he never told me. So now I'm stuck knowing that he had something in his phone, and I'm like, it could be in his recently deleted, he could have taken it out. Like, that is so weird. Why did he do that in the first place? That is so uncomfortable. That is extremely uncomfortable. Okay, enough of that. I hate that story. It makes me so mad. So mad. Because who does that? That is so mean. Okay, I have one more secret, or two more secrets. One or two. Would you like to hear one or two? Two. Okay. So I'm gonna tell you a secret about when I was little. This is a secret. Would you like to hear my secret? I'm gonna tell you a secret. So when I was little, we did a sort of division problem. Okay, so they gave us sugar cubes, like 20 of them, and we were supposed to group them into like as many equal groups as possible. It was like practicing division. This was in like 2nd or 1st grade. Okay, so we are practicing division. And so 20 sugar cubes. And I've said this before on this channel, but I was a chubby baby. I was a chubby baby. And I was a little fat baby. Okay. And these 20 sugar cubes, they told us don't eat them because people's hands have been on them. all 20 of my sugar cubes. And then the teacher comes over. She's like, where are your sugar cubes? Like, where are all your groups of division? And I'm like, oh, I don't know where they went. And she's like, what do you mean? I remember giving them to you. I'm like, I don't know where they went. And she announces to the whole class that I ate them. And I cried, and I cried, and I cried, and I cried. I cried. I was so sad. I was so sad. But why did I eat that? That's gross. That's disgusting. I don't know why I did that. I don't know what I was thinking. Okay, my last secret. My last secret. So, this secret that I'm gonna tell you happened in New York. In New York, I have an aunt who lives in New York. And we go to visit her sometimes. We haven't gone in a while, but we go to visit her sometimes. So this particular time, we had gotten a rental car, and you know how sometimes rental cars, they have that new car smell, and they drive really, really like smoothly. It's not like your regular car, so sometimes it can make you car sick. Okay, so my brother and I are all squished in the back of this car because there are 4 of us. And then my parents and my aunt was also in the car because she was driving us to the airport in the rental. So my brother is playing Minecraft on his iPad. He's an iPad kid. He was playing Minecraft on his iPad. And he goes, I don't feel well. Because we're all, me and my other little brother, we're all wedged there. I'm sitting next to the tiniest brother who's playing on his iPad. And this kid throws up all over me, bro. Like, he turns to me and he just throws up all over me, and I start crying and screaming. And my aunt, she's from New York. You know how some New Yorkers, how do you say, like, people who live in New York are? Well, she's like, Andrea, you have to stop. And then she just like, I won't stop crying and screaming. So she's like, Andrea, you shut up right now and I'll give you $100. I shut up so fast. But the bad part is that we were on the way to the airport. And those were my airport clothes. So I had to, and we were about to take our flight home. We were going from New York to Israel, which is like an 11-hour flight. So I had to go. There was no other clothes for me to wear because they were all packed in the bags. So I had to go to the airport bathroom and take wet paper towels and wipe the vomit off of me and stay in those clothes for an 11-hour flight. And I hate flying to begin with. That was the worst experience of my whole life. And I'm not lying. It was the worst experience of my whole entire life. Alright. Those are all the secrets that I have for you. Can I tell you a secret? I am so happy. For all of the support that I have on this channel. I'm so grateful for all of you. That is my secret. So, I hope you have a wonderful night. see you.